Welcome back to Text to a video. Just got the latest and greatest, and it kind of is rounding out my collection. I've been patiently waiting and putting it off, wanting to buy a AKP, and I was kind of like, all right, well, I want a model that's got a rail on it, but I also want to go with, my own brace. So here's what we went with. This is the railed version. So there we go. So she's got a rail on her. It's got an SBA 3. So this is only on here temporarily, but you can see that the rail is quite nice. I've got to handle the rail before when I was out at PSA, but I did not get to take the gas tube off. And it turns out that this is actually loose on the gas tube until you set it in, then it locks in with the lower handguard. Pretty cool stuff. I didn't know what kind of ingenuity they had in this thing, well, as far as that goes, because I just haven't, they're pulling apart. So comes with, as what you see here. I had some guys kind of get not so happy with me because I posted this in the users group. I was like, hey guys, check this out. I went and bought one, and then they were like, oh, it's out of stock. I was like, sorry, I didn't know they probably only had one, so I felt kind of rude. This, I will be wanting to replace this little fella because I just think there will probably be more options I like better. I do have a Tapco setup that is well, I got it for like $5 at the gun show, and of course now I can't find it. It's somewhere around here, but safety feels nice and tight. It's not overly tight. Feels like I can definitely manipulate with one finger, no problem. Let's see, got to pull this guy apart here, and let's see. You see she's got some rounds have been through for testing. Make sure we're getting a good product. And let's see here. So this guy, let's see if I can force that thing off there. Let's see. All right. Well, there we go. Just like that. You see this thing rides around on here loose. Not a big deal because once it's on, it locks in and all is well. It's kind of cool though to see that thing, the engineering they put into that. So drop that back on there, and see that fell all the way back up. Let's see. You just gotta make sure everything's lined back up on there, and there we go. Put that back down. That locks in nice and solid for that little release. So that's a good thing, right? And let's see. This little fellow we'll put back on here. And out of curiosity, I guess I can pull on the trigger and see what kind of pull it's got. I can tell you my AKE has a stellar trigger, and there we go. There's that. So let me grab my tool here, and I will see just what we're looking at as far as trigger pull. I know the GF3 usually pulls around 3.2 or something like that, 3.4. So set this old girl down to 0, and 3.6. That might be where my GF3 was. So out of the box stock, no ALG trigger. Oops, let's see. Action's fairly smooth on it. The guys at PSA care about these. Is at 3.2 pounds. So yeah, I think this trigger is identical to my GF3. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't be. 3.4. So yeah, like I said, same range. So this, I got this because I wanted a rail. Didn't want to buy it separate. Didn't want to get Magpul furniture like my other two, and then swap that out. Because I've been wanting a rail version. It looks nice. It feels phenomenal for being metal. You can see they've gone in here and made sure that none of these there's no edges in here to catch on. So it's pretty comfy, to be honest. I already knew I was getting into, so I've got to handle some of this stuff. But this is going to get this brace. This is CNC Warrior AKV. Same thing. Left side folder, stamp option. This is what's going to be going on that. So that's why I got that. I got the rail, but the SBA 3. So if you're interested in doing something like this, that's your options. This thing does lock in very nicely. It doesn't roll anywhere until you're ready for it to. Left side, so it folds to the left, and then stamp, since it's a stamped receiver. So yeah, otherwise So yeah, that's what you get there. Fixed rear sight. It is hinged. I guess I've been wanting one of these for a while. Again, I'll replace that. So I've got my AKP now, and then my AKV. And of course, the one I started out with, I've got my GF3. So there's that. And of course, if you follow the channel, you've already seen I've got my AKE, which, you know, what's not to like about this thing with all the goodies it comes with: nickel boron, LG, cold hammer forged, combo block. You know, some guys are complaining about sight radius. You do lose your bayonet lug, and you do lose your cleaning rod retention. So whatever. But this is the subject here. Like I said, a little unboxing deal. It seems to get some views, and guys are curious. And I often forget that some of y'all like, hey man, I want to know what you think, because, you know, I got a linear line of communication with you through the users group and PM. So, you know, I try to remember that. Otherwise, everything on here, I mean, you see this rail does not move once that thing locks in. So they engineered that thing with some pretty nice ability on that to make sure it wasn't funky. So, like I said, that's it. Just a little quick overview, you know, kind of showing off what I've already got. So if guys have questions, I can ask more. I've only got to shoot this in the past, and the barrage. The barrage was nice. I was tempted to get it. I was just, it's like, is it worth it? I prefer my full-size AKs more, because these are obnoxious as hell. But with this right here, I will be doing accuracy testing. So accuracy testing against this and the GF3, just for, you know, just because I can. And maybe the AKP, I don't know. I mean, just one or the other. I don't need to cover all three of the 762x39 variants that I own from PSA. But that way, guys get an idea of what this will do next to the GF3, probably, since this is going to be the same barrel type. And I've already done velocity testing between the GF3 and the M92. So if that's something y'all still want to see on this versus the GF3 or something, let me know. I've got some fantastic, you know, chronograph equipment from Caldwell Shootings. They got all kinds of stuff for that, you know, stuff that I'll use just to help y'all out. And y'all can also say one day, you know, hey man, I want some of this equipment, so I can go out there and do my own testing, because some people do like hand loads and all kinds of crazy stuff that, you know, I can't cover it all. It's a lot, different loadouts and whatnot. But otherwise, the finish on this guy is fantastic. I don't know why it would be any different than any of the others. But yeah, mag pull's locking solid. Let me steal one of these guys. This is the X-Tech. Yep, it's fitting in just like everything else. I mean, it's standard old AK fit. I will say the mag pull does lock in better side to side than the X-Tech. I can feel a touch of wobble with this. I can't feel any wobble on the mag pull, but that's fine, doesn't matter. So that's good to know. Hopefully by the time we get out and test this, I will have my new brace. Probably not. They were on back order, I think. But still getting over my sickness there. Work with me. Let me know if you guys have any good suggestions on something to swap this out with, something a little more, you know, something I might find visually stunning. Just I know there's a few options, but otherwise I might change the grip on this, because, you know, I've got mag pull on the other two, and something a little different, some Hogue or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, this is what you get. This is your option if you want to do something like me. I do have guys, I will ask PSA if they'll do it. They do offer the AKV as an option. You can buy this guy with just a buffer tube. It's the cheapest you'll get. It's like a $729 with just a buffer tube, no SBA3. It's the cheapest way to get you an AKV next to another one that's also flat, that has a pick rail flat on the back that fits, God, what is it? I don't remember if it's a Scorpion or something like that, brace options and whatnot. Anyway, those are both $729, so you can get an AKV for, you know, pretty well under $800 till you get right by taxes and shipping, right? But that is an option for y'all. That way you can save some money there, and then get one of these if you like this, because this is solid. You know, it's all aluminum except for your little strap for the brace, you know, just so you guys are aware, you know, plenty of options. And so yeah, otherwise, that I'm going to see if you can get an option like, you know, the AKP option like the V, just because there's guys like me. I spent a little more. I've never seen the AKV option with a rail with just a tube or that little pick rail back there. So I wouldn't expect them to do that. But I've got guys that are seeing this, and they've asked me, hey man, are they going to do the AKP with those options to save a little money? Don't know why they wouldn't. But if you guys have been watching, I think they've got, what was it, underfolders or triangles? Anyway, one of those two. I've seen the Redwood. Guys already have the Redwood AKEs in stock. I'm sorry, in their hands already. So that's pretty awesome. So, you know, stuff's rolling out as far as what they're cranking out for the AKE line. I did see a couple other options. I'm trying to stay on top of it and keep the stuff posted for y'all. That way, you know, if you're in the users group, you get to see it and jump on it. And if you can, you know, I'm affiliated with them. So any of the purchases y'all make through there, it helps me out a little bit with the channel for ammunition and whatnot. So, but yeah, any questions, comments, concerns, ask. Any testing you want to see, let me know and I'll make it happen. So there you go. Check it out. Text2avideo.com is up and running with Facebook, Instagram. And so, yeah, catch you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in as always.